Welcome to the 5 Minute Habits for Moms podcast. I am your host, Tanya Werfs. Today, I will be answering the question, how can 5 Minute Habits help me, in our very first episode. Did you know you can live a simple, organized, joyful life partnered with God, even in a busy and chaotic world? If you are willing to slow down with me, I will show you how small and simple steps can help you create an amazing life you love living in through the power of 5 Minute Habits. If you want to stay in touch throughout the week, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at 5 Minute Habits for Moms. Let's get started. In 2012, I could often be found in tears with kids running around me, still in my pajamas at the end of the day. Postpartum depression had become a part of my life, and it got worse after each baby. I was a mess, and I was not showing up as the mother I wanted to be. Most of the time, I felt mentally exhausted, overwhelmed, and easily caught up in all the chaos of life. I could see all the blessings around me and the joy that was possible in my family, but I couldn't experience it. It was like this glass wall between me and what was possible. Through a series of events, I realized I needed to start making myself a priority. Over the last 10 years, I have learned three lessons that have made all the difference for my family. Number one, I partner with God in everything I do. When He tells me to jump, I say how high. When He makes it clear and I know what He wants me to do, I will do it because I've tried so many times not doing it His way that I'm finally like, okay, tell me what to do and I will do it. For years, I would make small changes with my food and I was making progress, but I still wasn't quite where I wanted to be until one day it became very clear to me about a year and a half ago that I couldn't live like that anymore, that I needed to make some big changes. And all those little changes had prepared me to make the big changes. And when God said, you need to change the way you're eating completely and do this program that I didn't really want to do, I was like, okay, I'll do it. It was hard at first, but every time I listen to God in these moments, He blesses me beyond my belief. It is so amazing. And it has completely changed my life. I found so much peace and freedom. I partner with God and I listen to Him. Number two, I have learned how to slow down to speed up. I am not perfect at this. I still take lots of deep breaths all day long, and I always teach this to my coaching clients because it's so important. When we can get clear on where we wanna go, a lot of the times we can feel like we need to immediately be there. Let's say we're going on a trip from New York to California, and I can see it, right? I know what it looks like in California. I can imagine myself being there. And imagine if we just tried to immediately jump to California. It doesn't work, right? We have to go through the steps and take it little by little until eventually we get to California. The same process works in our lives. When we slow down, it goes so much better and we are able to actually move quicker. Slowing down and becoming disciplined in taking these small movements guided by God consistently over time has brought me so much freedom and joy. Number three, there is enough time for all of the most important things. We can't do everything, even though the world will tell us we can. It just isn't possible. When I prioritize what God has asked me to do every day and I choose one or two things that are most important and I make sure I get those done, then I can go to bed at night knowing I did my best that day, that it was enough. Maybe I could have done more, maybe I could have done less, but what I did that day was enough. It was the most important. And God is pleased with my effort. Now I am in a place where I absolutely love teaching moms how to create simple morning routines, organize time and spaces, and joy in their daily life through the power of 5 Minute Habits. Partnering with God, taking life one step at a time, and focusing on what is most important has dramatically improved and impacted my life. Thank you for listening, and I hope you are inspired to start your own 5-minute habit soon. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'll see you next time.